there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another car video. Women choose the men they consider sexy. You know what? A lot of men don't get this. But women want to have sex too. You know? It's funny, I've talked about that before, and I get pushback from some dudes. Dude, these women don't be wearing these leggings and wearing those pump Jimsons, 5-inch pumps, putting on that makeup, wearing those push-up bras and wearing waist trainers and all of that stuff just to be wearing them. Shit, they trying to draw the attention of a man who could knock her out the box. Have her hollering, have her like speaking in tongues and stuff. They want that good. And that's the men they'll choose up on. I mean, yeah, I'm going to tell you something, a big problem I see. A lot of dudes don't really be emphasizing that. They be emphasizing everything else. They'll say, oh, yeah, it's just the face. Face is icing to them. They'll look at a man's face and say, oh, yeah, he look good, but still don't be turned on by him. Then they'll see a guy who don't look as good but got that body and be turned on by him. That's why I focus on that shit. That's why I focus. See, I actually out here, dude, I actually interact with women. I actually interact with them. Indeed, a third of my consultation clients are women. And they be telling me what's up. And it's funny, the one thing they always say when they having problems with some guy or some of them in relationships, they be like, I wish he hit the gym. I don't like his body. The sex ain't that good. Shit, that sex thing is the main thing. That's one of the main reasons I emphasize body game. Because think about something. When a man is turned on by a woman, like universally in most places, except in maybe Mauritania where they want the women to be a little bit bigger, maybe a couple other obscure places. But men are universally turned on by a figure 8. You know, a woman with the nice breasts, but that figure 8, even whether she a size 2 or even if she a size 20, as long as she got that figure 8, some man is going to check her out. Women the exact same way, except theirs is not a figure 8. Theirs is a V. So the more a man has that body where his shoulders and his upper body goes down into a V, or as Cousin T-Tar would call it, a Y, they good to go. They good to go. Wait, hold on a second. Yeah, just wait to spit. I ain't gonna lie. But now check this out. That's the thing. And see, when women are out and about and they see that body, when they see that man who comes, he's just close enough to it. Because very few men just have it totally. That's a lot of work. But the more a man comes to it, they go crazy. And they don't see it that often. So when they do see it, shoot, they get aggressive. You in the grocery store just trying to buy some avocados or something. And you get the women constantly coming around you. Or sometimes they see you out in the street. They're going to be like, hi. Some of them just walk up to you. Shit, they'll come to you. Because, see, this is what happens. See, men have to understand how a woman responds when she's turned on. And if you want to get a general idea how they act, all you have to do is look up on YouTube videos of male exotic dancers, like the Magic Mike live show and stuff. Anything like that. Watch how the women responding, how they going crazy. Because this is arousal. Arousal means you taking something from inactive state to an active state. Like usually because if women are in their yin energy, their feminine energy, they sitting back and chill. But then when that man come around, that arouses them. He's like raising the temperature. In my book, Nice Guys and Players, I use the example of a clear lake of water. Like it's totally clear, totally serene. But then you throw a rock in and all of a sudden you create waves. That's a woman being aroused. She's going from an inactive state to an active state. And it's a very powerful thing. So when they out and about and they see that man who arouses them, and this is very important, they arouse physically, because at that point all they can do is see you. Now a lot of people talk about the mouthpiece and everything, and that seals the deal. that does seal the deal, but they got to be aroused by you first. Only other way that the mouthpiece will work, then you got to approach her. And you really got to be spending some game, because even while you doing that, she's looking at you, and she can't look at you and think, oh, I want this dude on top of me. If she ain't thinking that, boom. Because look, let's be real about sex. Everybody talk all that stuff, but y'all, it come down to you being butt naked with her. That's what it come down to. And a woman got to like looking at your body. Because now I know some people, well, it's just the face to face. Your dick ain't up in your face. You know, your face ain't going to flip her over. So they looking at those muscles too. Women want to be dominated in the bedroom. They want that motherfucker pick her up, slam her against the wall. They want that man to take over. And see, that's just the physical aspect of it. That's just the physical aspect. They want that man who's going to dominate. They want that man talking a little bit of shit. You know, smack on her ass talking about who's is this? Who's is this? Be like, get your ass down here. Get on your knees. So they look at two things. So they'll see the man physically, but then they're also trying to get clues about his attitude. How's he walking? Is he walking timid with his head down? Or he walking confident? Like the original meaning of that word swag ain't like clothes or anything, but literally walking with a swagger. Looking like he gonna hurt somebody. Like a man's walk will put a woman in a trance. They respond to it. You know, it's funny, on my IG, was at this mall. I had my son take just a quick video of me just walking. And I noticed that's like one of my videos that got the most responses from women. Yeah, a bunch of dudes say, yeah, Rom looking this and that. But women, they were like responding. And that's what they do, because when women looking at a man, in fact, a man's walk can turn a woman on sexually. I use Denzel Washington. Everybody talk about his walk, but shoot, women be seeing that going crazy. And they be looking at that. Coming up, they used to call it pimping. How you, like your pimp walk or something. Your stride and everything. And they pay attention to that because it gives them a clue about your personality. Are you walking confidently or are you walking timid? And see, women looking at all of that. See, understand something with women. They look at a lot of nonverbal stuff. There's something else that they look at, but I'm going to save that for the upcoming Self-Improvement Summit in D.C., the 4th Self-Improvement Summit, hosted by C. Boogie. I'm going to save it for them because there's something very powerful up in there. But just on a basic level, it's your physicality, like your whole physicality. Your whole physicality, because that's what's going to be on top of her. That's what's going to be under. That's what's going to be behind her. That's what's going to pick her up, slam her against the wall. And then your attitude, how you going to do it? You going to be one of those, well, can I do this? Can I do that? Or you going to be that one, pull her hair back and be like, I'm going to take this motherfucking pussy. I'm going to take this motherfucker. And they look for that. And they try to read that. So when they see that guy who turns them on sexually, shoot, they get very aggressive. They be like, hi, hey. Because they don't see it that often. Because that's a big problem. Even, it's funny. A lot of guys really don't know. A lot of guys don't really know what it takes. It's a certain attitude, certain behavior, certain body build you have. And something else about that body build. Let me be clear about that. It's dependent on the woman. Some women like a slim dude. Some women like, that muscular athletic dude. Some women like that big man. Women go crazy over some teddy bear types, right? But it's all different. It's different women like different things. Like somebody could, like for example, because since everybody focus so much on the face, some people could say, well, yeah, he handsome, but then a woman might look at him, nah, he too small. He needs some cheeseburgers. They ain't gonna fuck him. Seriously. They ain't gonna fuck him. Because they looking at his body. Now, if he got that handsome face and the body, oh shoot, that's a dream for them, because that means they can fuck you or get fucked by you. And then they can take you home to meet their family, hang out with their friends. But sometimes if they don't like your face, and they will still fuck you, they just say, act like you don't know me in public. Understand that. See, that's another thing too. I've mentioned it before, like the shadow world. All that really is who a woman gonna fuck, who she ain't gonna let other people know, and the women do a lot of that shit. But the entrance to it is the body. She don't need you to look like she don't need you to look like anything. Shit. All you need is a nice tongue on your ass, and shit. If you rocking with like 8 inches or something, shit. They'll just say act like you don't know me in public, or meet her in some place where nobody else will see her. Shit. Because all they want is that good. And a lot of women be doing that. A lot of women doing that. They play that secret thing. Because it's all about the sex. Because really, I'm going to tell you one thing, and this is a more general conversation. Many women separate a relationship and hanging out with somebody in public and sex. There's a lot of women got that maintenance man. I talked about that side man in my main video today. A lot of women got that guy you'll never see him with. In fact, some guys, I've known of several instances where the side man, that guy whose sole purpose was to tear her up, would say something to her in public and she keep walking. She'll just keep walking like she don't know him. In fact, on a deeper level, many women look for discreetness in a man because they only need him for one thing. As long as he got that nice Johnson and shit. And seriously, some women, that's all they want. Or some about it is a combination of that, and he moves and carries himself in a way like he don't got any sexual hangups. Because that's what hurt a lot of dudes. Because I'm gonna tell you what, I don't give a shit what they say publicly. Many relationships break up because the women ain't hollering. You know, you're talking about like an overwhelming majority of women don't be having orgasms and shit. But they get that motherfucker who got that good body build, looking like he got good print, and got that attitude like he'll tear that shit up. Shit. They go crazy. And like I said, depending on the circumstance, they might or might not be seen with them publicly. Shit. He could be the office maintenance man. I mean, literally, his job is to fix stuff around there. But if he's on that office fuck file that Cousin T-Tar talks about, and it happens, in fact, anybody on the job, they probably seen it. You know, because when you go on that job, women steadily checking out all the men. In fact, I'm gonna just be real with y'all. Anybody who don't understand that, already know you ain't getting no pussy out this motherfucker. Women they constantly looking for that dude. They constantly looking for that dude to give them that hot beef injection. It's just a question of what the circumstances are and whether you can keep quiet. Because I've personally known some dudes, they don't, like one of my buddies and stuff, we still cool. He know if he watched this, he said, damn, Ron, thanks for not calling my name. That dude that did every woman in his office where he was working. He did. It was like a matter of time. It was like, worked the office, and none of them, well, you know what? I don't know if they know or not. He just working the office. They might be sharing him and shit, because that's another thing women will do. Women will share good deed. That's how much they want that shit. They will share that shit. I talked about women will share certain men. One of the main things they'll do on the low, they'll pass them around and shit. He might not know it. It could be in an office or some office environment or retailing, especially in retail environments. You get that one dude, the first woman get to him. It might be the queen bee, as Cousin T-Tar would call him. Get her cut, get her filled, then she pass him along. And he don't know anything. He just knows one woman pulled back, but the other one got real friendly, brought him that plate. He don't even know until he really pay attention. Because I'm going to be real with y'all. Women talk. They just private about it. You give women that good, going a good, she going to let people know. If you gave her something and it was real bad, usually they'll stay quiet, but they might tell some people just to warn them about you. Say, nah, he ain't shit. Boom. But yeah, it's all about that thing. Women choose up hard on a man they consider sexy. And if you ain't getting that attention from women like that, well, you need to work on your body and your attitude. And there's one more thing, but like I said, I'm going to save that for the Self-Improvement Summit. So y'all check that joint out. So anyway, right? That's all I got for today. I'm gonna go get my vittles. Peace and blessings.